Okay, thank you so much. Nice to meet you again, dear students. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Meet again in Mamika's channel today. On today's learning, you will learn about reading tables or presenting the tables. Before we come to our focus, to our point today about reading or presenting a table, so take a look first on the goals of our learning today. Our goals today are: 1. You are able to identify each part of the table. Secondly, you are able to read the data in 5 ways. The third, you are able to write what they read in a good grammatical sentences. 4, you are able to present a full table in a good sentence variation. So at last, the goal is about speaking. So you are going to speak by using your sentence in a table. Okay, now we are going to take a look on the definition of a table. What is a table? Tables are composed of lines that form boxes and are used to record facts in an organized way. We say the boxes across the page are rows, and the boxes going down to the page are columns. The first row and first column in a table will have headers that help identify the information in the table. Numbers that match the labels at the top of each column and the left of each row will be placed in the table. Okay, take a look now on this picture. We are going to know about the parts of the table. Okay, look at the row here, and then you try to know which one is a column and which one is a title and which one is a start and which one is a short line. So there are 4 parts of the table: title, column or heading, and then stops and a short line. Okay, and now we are going to know about this table. Take a look at this table as the example. Okay, student, you are going to know how to read the data from the table. We are going to use the ways how to read. Okay, the first is about reading the individual data. And then the second, reading ranks from the data. And then the third, comparing the data in a different column on the same start. And then the fourth, comparing the data in the same column on the different stop. And then the last, for the 5, about reading the data in 3 ways, but still in a good grammatical structure. Okay, there are 5 ways here that we are going to use in trying to read the table, and also we are going to use the sentences after you read the table to present this table. We come to the first way, that is about reading the individual data from the previous table Okay, from this table, Memeka will give you the way how to read the individual data. So the individual data means one by one data, yeah, from one column, one step. The first way how to read the table, reading the individual data. Memeka prepares 3 examples of sentences here in reading the table by using one data from each column and each top. The first example, China was the first most populous country in the world by having 554.8 millions in 1960. And then the second example, Pakistan was the fewest population in the world by having 39.5 millions in 1960. And then the third example, in 2025, Indonesia will be predicted to have 285.9 millions population. Okay, students, while you are reading, you have to take a look on the year from the data of the table. In what year? If the year is in the past, so you have to use past tense. And then if the year still will be on the next, on the future, so you have to use future tense, will be predicted. And then for the past, was the fewest and was the first. Okay, this is the first example how to read the data by using individual data. The second way is about reading ranks from the data. Memeka prepares 3 examples here. The first, Indonesia was on the 4th rank from the most populous countries in the world by having 39.5 million people in 1960. A second example, the first rank of the most populous country in the world was China by having 1,238.3 million people. The third example, the most populous country will be China as the first rank in the world. Okay, this is the examples, yeah, for reading ranks from the data. So China here will be the first because this is still about the prediction in the year 2025. Okay, students, this is the second way of the examples. And then the third way, that is about comparing the data in a different column on the same stock. Memeka delivers 3 examples here about comparing the data in different column on the same stock. 1. China will have more populace, about 352.5 million people in 2025 than its population in 1995. So, for the first statement here, comparing about different year. The second example, the population of Brazil was 53.4 million smaller than its population in 1995. Okay, this one, this is about comparing the data from different columns. And then the third example, US will be predicted to have 32.4 millions more populace in 2025 than its population in 1995. Okay, you are going to think and also try to understand about this statement on the third ways. On the fourth ways, we come to comparing the data in a different column on the same stock. Yeah, still about comparing in a different column the same stock, but we are going to use phrases of movement. The phrases of movements here, for example, like rapidly, dramatically, shortly, and then moderately, steadily, gradually, and then at last, slightly, slowly, and gently. There are three kinds of movement, and then you try to take a look at the picture on the left side. So how about rapidly, how about moderately, and how about slightly? Okay, we are going to take a look at the examples of the statement. Number one, the population in China increased rapidly from 1960 to 1995. Okay, and then the second example, Pakistan's population in 2025 will grow sharply by having 281.4 million people. And then the third example, the population went up dramatically in India from 1960 to 1995. Okay, students, this is the statement how to compare the data in a different column on the same stock, but we have to use the phrases of movement like increase rapidly, grow shortly, and went up dramatically. Okay, and now we are going to take a look different examples of the statement. I will give you an example again, for 3 examples more about the table before, still the same table, but we are going to use the different sentences. Okay, number 1, there was a rapid increase in the Indonesia population between 1960 to 1995. The second, the population number in Pakistan increased sharply from 1960 to 1995. The third, Brazil's populations will be predicted to grow sharply from 1995 to 2025. Okay, students? Yeah, there are so many ways that we can use to make a sentence of reading a table. There are so many ways here. You can use the phrases of movement, and then you can use 4 parts there, 4 ways before. Besides, you try to use the phrases of movements in many variation, and then you can use the 4 ways before. That is about reading individual data, and then reading lengths from the data, and then comparing the data, in a different column on the same stock, and also comparing the data in the same column on a different stock. This is the last way. Okay, we are going to take a look now about the examples of comparing the data in the same column on the different stock. Example 1. India had higher population than US in 1960. 2. Brazil's population number was 161.4 higher than Pakistan's population in 1995. Pakistan's population will be predicted to have a lower number than US population in 2025. The last example, Indonesia will also have a number of a population about 4.5 million people more than Pakistan in 2025. Okay, you are going to take a look at the red line of each sentences. You can try to understand by using these phrases. Okay, students, and now secondly, I give you the second table. The second table here is about the memory ability in different ages. So take a look at this table, and then I need you to write down on the comment of the video. Try to choose 2 ways in reading a table. From 5, choose only 2 ways. Write down on the comment, and this is our learning. Okay, student, I hope that you can learn more. If you still have any questions about my explanation, you can ask me for delivering a question by WA group. Thank you so much for our learning today, and thanks for your attention. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.